I just got this thing, but we're gonna start working on it right away. So, first we'll just go over it a little bit more since I didn't really do too much in the unboxing. I got this thing for like $75. Definitely not the best price, but I mean, it's okay. Decent price for the condition that it's in. It's okay. It has a wide beam headlight. One thing we'll be doing in this video is cleaning that out because it's really dusty in there, but the light bulb's good. This one has the easy empty dirt container like they all do. I did use a little bit in the unboxing video, so we'll probably maybe just wash the foam one for smell, because it kind of smells like, even though clearly he did wash it, probably just from sitting in his house, it smells like dog. And then we'll wash this piece as well. But yeah, and then this needs to be polished in here. It's very hazed. We can get that looking nice again. We'll probably polish this bin too, but obviously this doesn't really get that bad, so, because there's no like dirt spinning around down there, just the fine dust. So yeah, this has the 7 height adjustments. It actually does have a bare floor setting right there. Dual edge cleaning, which I don't really know what that is, but it looks like any other Bissell or any other vacuum, really. Even though you're not supposed to wash these, we're gonna wash it because I don't have any of these right now, and COVID, and I don't really want to go. I mean, I probably will go to the hardware store, and they do sell these there, so I probably will buy one. But for now, I mean, this doesn't look that bad. And if you can wash these, you just gotta be careful when you do it. So, but it definitely needs to be washed. It's pretty gross. And then this needs to be cleaned out in there. We will not be taking it down to the motor today, anyways. I want to try cleaning out all these vents, or like these fake things that get all dust in them. I don't know why it does these, but whatever. Cleaning all the attachments because they're kind of dusty and weird. The whole back of it needs to be cleaned. Hose is fine. The cord just needs to be wiped down. I like to just wipe them down for germs. Oh, look at that. There's like a hole, like a suction release or something there. No, that wouldn't be a suction release. I don't know what that is. This, I mean, I guess it's so easy to wash. You might as well wash it. Then again, probably not. I don't really know. This we might take out to clean underneath it because it seems kind of like dirty. So yeah. This you can take out, but I don't really know how. So we're not going to. But yeah, so first things first, I'm just gonna lean it back. Pretty much everything we're doing is gonna be easier if it's leaned back. Alright, so let's get this headlight beam out. I wonder what kind of bulb that is. Alright, we need some ones. Hey, buddy. First, we'll take out this gray thing because I kind of want to clean underneath it. All this needs to be cleaned out better too. So you just what? Your what?
I was just grabbing my
Oh. So now this should. Yep, see, it's pretty dirty under there, so yeah, that was worth doing, because I don't like just the fact of dirt grinding the plastic, which is just gonna shave the plastic down and make it crackly and sound bad. So now, we'll just kind of set these screws right in there. And, yeah, so swap out bits, and we're just gonna flatten it a bit. Lenses hard to find because there's so much. That's one thing Bissell did change is their headlights. Is like, this is the wide beam. I mean, they're all kind of wide, but it's kind of hard to. So this is like not, oops, fuck. Oh, that was already there. Was it? Oh, I don't think I did that. All right. So this is already proving to be a pain in the ass. So, but don't even pry, you just kind of pull this way with the flat head. Alright. So yeah, you guys can see it's pretty dusty in here. So this takes the newer style light bulb. Why is it that the cleanview 2 Plus takes, I don't know. It's weird. And this looks like it's got plenty of life left, and then the wires are still, the wires are kind of getting crinkly looking, but yeah, this looks good. All right. First things first, we need a vacuum. Use my Easy Vac, because why not? Cats are so terrified of vacuums. Alright, so this doesn't really need a vacuum. It's not like you do anything. We'll just wipe that. Okay, can you just vacuum real quick out there so I can run this thing without flipping the breaker? Can you go a little faster? That carpet's like this big. seen the bin while I was vacuuming out that HEPA filter. Yeah, see how much stuff is embedded in there. I just wanted to get any stuff I could before we washed it. Yeah, vacuum this real quick. Okay, so now, ooh, quite a bit of dust in there. Now I need a little bit of Mr. Clean mixture and one of my crappy $1 rags. I do reuse them because I'm just a cheapskate. Who knows, this might actually look decent once it's wiped down real nice, but I'm still probably going to end up having to polish it. I've kind of mastered polishing. I mean, no, I haven't really, but I definitely have gotten better with it. So, what's your name? There was someone who commented on the unboxing video. Unfortunately, this one is not up for trade, nor being sold. I've been wanting one of these for a long time, so it's not really, I'm not really wanting to trade it for anything. Because it is pretty good condition, and it's hard to find these in good condition. Now, this one in particular isn't really that uncommon. It's pretty common, but not in this good condition. This thing is very nice and quiet, actually. Like, this could actually have quiet clean on it. If like, it could actually say quiet clean on it. I really love these older 12 amps. They really sound gorgeous. The older 12 amps on these. This is gonna have to polish because as it dries, it goes back to how it was. And just wipe all this. Try to get it in there because that's where the motor intake is. Just want to get this nice and clean, that way this little thing will work smoothly. The reason I'm not doing this in my vacuum room is because the lighting is really horrible. Or lighting is very bad in there, so it's kind of hard to you can't really get all of this perfectly clean, but now, you know, I used to be like, oh my god, why would they put all this here? And then I started to realize, they kind of did that for reinforcement. But then again, it would have been nice if they would have just made it full, like just a full piece, you know, plastic, not, you know, thick plastic, or hollow, one hollow tube, big thing, like my Dirt Devil Dynamite, instead of having one thin piece of plastic with all these freaking ribs in there. Though it's still worth giving it a, I mean, that still looks better. I mean, let's be honest here. This looks better. unfortunately, the only vacuum I have that is kind of sort of for sale, it would be more like a thing if I got offered. You know, it's not technically on any website. It's just if someone offered me a bit of money for it, then I would probably sell it, and it would be that Shark Navigator Professional. Now, I know that's not really a collector's vacuum, but you know, if you're looking for a vacuum that just functions well, it's pretty much brand new and it functions very well. It's the red one, so if you like red. So there is a difference there. Plus it smells better. Let's take a look inside the motor, see what it looks like. I shouldn't say let's take a look inside the motor, but that's where the motor is. You can see it's not that bad in there. There definitely is some fine dust. And then that springy thing that you see is the suction release, in case the filters get clogged, which my cleanview does not have. Or maybe I think it does actually. I think it does. But I think there's supposed to be like a filter in there, and my cleanview doesn't have that. Like the filter's gone. So if I were to clog the filters on that, it would be breathing in dirt. But I'm super excited about this color. I normally don't like green, but this is like, it's like such an ugly green that I love it. Like in real life, it's much more of like a green. On camera, it's like a aqua, very dark aqua color, almost. It's more, or like a sea green is what it looks like on camera, but on the in real life, it's like a forest green. See, did I make it look any better? No, I didn't make a difference at all. There, I just wanted to vacuum up some of the dust that we loosened up. There, that is gonna look a lot better. Not perfect, but it is what it is. Yeah, I already have the cleanview. Yes, it has a Helix motor in it, and it's got a funky switch, but it still is a cleanview. It's just got the Helix motor in it and a funky switch design. Well, my own signature switch design. Yeah. Try and get that clean back in there. I can tell he at least did take good care of this thing. Like, it's not abused by any means. I mean, there's barely any scratches on the sides. So, it's just gonna need a little bit of work, but I know what I'm buying, so, or I know what I bought. I mean, literally what he listed is what I've got here, so he said good condition, or he did say great condition, and I would say this is great condition. I mean, for its age, there's no tears in the cord. The cord just looks in good condition. I mean, it's like, feels brand new pretty much. The wheels, there's no, major scratches on it. There is a little bit of scuffing right there. Pedal's not broken. It's got all the decals still. Yeah, so this sticker up here, which is, if I were selling a machine, I would actually vary the price if it did or did not have this sticker, because a lot of collectors, especially if I'm selling to a collector, if I know it's a collector, then I would, you know, be like, I'll give you a better deal on this, considering the fact that there's not even a, not even a, but I feel like, I mean, even Intelitech Studios is kind of particular about having the handle sticker, and I am too. I mean, luckily, even no matter how butchered together my 3590 cleanview is, I mean, it's still got that handle sticker, and it makes a difference. They look kind of funky without the sticker. And in the pictures, it looked like the sticker was falling off, but it's not, so. And this was one that was sold with the HEPA filter. My 3590 was not. So that is another difference. Clean out. There you can see how hazed up this is, so that's gonna have to be polished. Luckily, I didn't have school day. It is normally a school day, it's Friday, but... Alright, so let's go get some polishing supplies. We will have to wet sand, which I hate doing, but it's definitely gonna have to happen. And I guess we'll just try Neverdoll first. That's what we used on the Easy Vac yesterday. A rag for if I use any other types of polish. I do have some. I do have some polish somewhere. Find it. There it is. This is probably the only other stuff that would work. Wet sanding solution. Pretty much need a wrenched surface. And also I'm gonna put try and keep the mess down. I know you can take these off, but obviously I'm not going to do any of that stuff down there because that's not where you look through, so. We'll see our result. That is already better. There's polish on this rag, so it's like Alright, so now you can see it's smooth, but it's got the fine scratches. Oh, I accidentally used the Mr. Clean, that's okay. Now, the fine scratches, the polish is that's what the polish works on. The wet sanding is getting rid of all the little, like, dimples in the plastic from the sand hitting it over the years. Over here is really bad, because that's where it first comes in, from the hose, and sandblasts this area. I'm telling you guys, if you have a collectible vacuum like this, because I believe these are collectible, this is back when Bissel's were actually decent and had some kind of, you know, they had some kind of reputation for being decent machines. I mean, Bissel's, in my opinion, were definitely the better bargain over the Eureka's. There is going to be, like, fine scratches, which that's okay, because so it's actually going to look worse once it dries here. It's actually going to look a lot worse. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't even know. Just needs to dry is what needs to happen. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's drying. Yeah, so once it dries, I'm letting it dry so that I can tell where I need to polish. See how it's all fine scratches, but it's smooth. So that gives you a good base for the polish. Now, we probably won't end up having to use this stuff. This Never-Dull seems to be pretty trustworthy, except I think I kind of went through a whole piece working on this thing the other day, or last night. Yeah, I think it was this piece, but oh, maybe not. Yeah. Sprayer sucks. Oops. It needs to be clean. Okay. Yeah, we've got a long ways to go. But we are making progress, so it's better than nothing. But it's gotta dry, so we can't get our hopes up yet, because as I'm watching it dry. I mean, it's already looking better. I guess you'll get a better idea if we put the thingy back in there. Yeah, I mean, that's already looking a lot better. But we can do better. I wanted to use the Mr. Clean because it's a better degreaser, and Neverdull is kind of like greasy. Okay, so that looks like way better. But there is still one thing we need to do, and that is putting the wax on. And that's one of the most important parts, because that also can get you better after results. Plus it protects what you put, you know, what you have done. It's gonna protect my work here, which wasn't that good, but I mean, it's pretty good considering I did it by hand. Most people, when they have collectible vacuums or the bins are hazed and they want to make it look new again, they have like a Dremel. I'm not gonna be able to make it look new, but I can make it look better, so. Alright, that looks pretty decent, I would say. So, this isn't washed yet, but I'll still kind of put it in there for you guys just so you can get an idea. So it definitely looks better. It's smooth, and it's waxed and protected. And I won't be using this much, so it'll stay like this for a while. Don't worry, guys. Alright, just took it down to the motor. You can see how clean it is in there. Looks a lot better in here. Alright. And we'll be waxing and protecting the rest of it as well. But yeah, this could probably use placing. But we'll try washing it just for shits and giggles. yeah, this looks a lot better. But we need to lay it back down so that we can clean up. Clean this. We just want to use a rag, damp rag, damp sponge. Ooh, ow. Ow. I keep stabbing myself. Uh-oh, where did our light bulb go? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Clean the bulb off. Oh, good. That's what you want. Okay. Light bulb is clean. There's no particular way to put this in. It's really obvious. You just get it lined up. Alright, and then clean the light lens, which this, oops, just press the release pedal on the easy back. Got a kind of cluttery mess here. First, you're gonna clean it, and I like to wax these headlight lenses because it makes them look shinier, or clearer, and it keeps them clearer, because the heat from the light actually does fade these a little bit, so I don't like polishing them because they're like a textured plastic, so it's not really easy to do. This thing is gonna look so much better. Not like it, I give the guy props. Clearly he took care of this thing, if he is the original owner, which I doubt, but, you know, this thing has clearly had some decent owners. It's definitely going to be babied by me. I won't really be using it much. I'll just use it every once in a while to make sure it still runs. Believe it or not, you know, not using a vacuum at all isn't necessarily a good thing, because, you know, keeping that motor rotating is, you know, if the motor is in good shape, it is not a bad thing to, you know, keep it running. You know, just run it every once in a while to keep the bearing lubrication, because clearly there's still grease in these bearings. Clearly this thing doesn't have much hours on it. So oh no, I forgot to wax it. Yeah, that's alright. I'm not going to take that thing off again. We can wax the outside, because I'm going to be waxing this body anyways. Telling you, this stuff really does make a worn out vacuum look so much better. This vacuum does have low hours on it, but there's still its fair share of like little scratches and faded areas. This stuff will really make it just pop. Try and get all these ridges in here clean. See how much better that looks? This thing is in good shape. It's gonna clean up real nice. This thing doesn't need a new belt, so I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store. Maybe get a new HEPA filter if there's some on sale. But usually if they're not on sale, they're super expensive, and it's more worth it just getting them online. See how dirty it is in there? That needs to be cleaned out. I just don't really have any good ways of doing it, I gotta be honest. But yeah. Oh wow. Proper motor mounts. They're in one piece. You don't really have to use as much of this stuff as like I am. I just am addicted to this stuff. It makes the vacuum look so much better. Oh yeah, there's still no handle screw in this. Still haven't found it yet. I'm gonna have to look through that box one more time, see if I can find it. But luckily with these older Bissols, the design is kind of better. And it doesn't like go on from the top. There's still little cams, so the cams hold it in. See those little cams? Those hold it in. So unless you pull it backwards, it's not gonna go anywhere. I guess I could actually do a thorough job. Plus the hose is going to help hold it down as well. Look how good condition this whole thing is. Very happy to have this. Another vacuum I'd like to have in the future, of course, until Tech Studios sold it to someone else instead of me, even though I called dibs. I even said the first day he owned it, I said, or in one of his first live streams after getting that, I said, I really want that cleanview 2 Deluxe, so if you ever sell it, let me know. And he said, okay. And, well, and now it's Cameron's. Maybe I'll talk to Cameron. Because I really love that, like, purple. Plus, that one sounds pretty good, too. It's got the same. Then again, that poor thing is travel all over the place. Might want to be left alone. Maybe stay put for a bit. Plus, Cameron takes really good care of his vacuums, too. Oh, this is like textured plastic on the side. Never even noticed that one. You know, it may sound weird, but my favorite part about getting a new vacuum, especially if it's a used one, is cleaning it when it gets here. Now, if it's just an actual brand new vacuum, my favorite part about getting it is to just unbox it and put it in my collection. Not even use it, just put it in my collection. Literally unbox it and just set it next to the rest of my vacuums. That's my favorite part. Sounds like quite an addiction, but it's... I've been doing drugs, right? And don't ever take offense to that. You know, if you struggle with that stuff, then I hope the best for you. Because my dad does, so I know what it's, you know, I know what the life is like, so I don't really judge people that struggle with it. And people do get through that stuff. You know, my dad has been clean for about a year now, so. And it's not like he had a horrible problem. It was just, you know, sad. So he knew he had to stop. And I still get to visit him from time to time. And my brother was technically at an age where he could move, so he moved in with my dad, keep my dad company. It's weird. And there's no screw in there. I cannot find the screw. It's not taped anywhere. I'm gonna set you guys up somewhere. A lot of you guys probably don't like this thing, but it helps and you guys can see what I'm doing. Nothing is like structurally broken on this machine either, so that's nice. I mean, the handle's not technically broken, the screw's just missing. Although, this Easy Vac has 2 screws holding the lower hose onto the body. Maybe I'll just steal one of those. Because Bissell charges way too much for these screws. They charge like $1 per screw. It's ridiculous, because you can get like literally the same ones at the hardware store. Just not technically for Bissell. It's the same thing. For, you know, freaking $1 a pound. Man, that scuff that the brush, or what, sliding that combo tool into place has caused, this wax kind of makes it like go away. So that's another reason I use this stuff, is because no, you don't have to technically get rid of it, and you just hide it. It makes it look better. This. There's so much dust in this exhaust cavity that there's literally like the water's like soaking, like the dust is soaking up the Mr. Clean. So this thing looks pretty good. I don't really know how to get that dust there. I might be able to just kind of, yeah, that's good enough. So slide the handle back on. handle cleaned up real nice. See? Still lift it by the handle. It's just, it'll slide off if you pull back on it. So that's one nice thing about these, is if you lose that screw, at least you can still use the machine. It'll still function. Alright. Look how nice this cleaned up back here. Put the hose back on. This is like a thinner hose. It's like, I don't know. There is no friction whatsoever. So that's gonna have to be somewhat. My trick, what I do with my power room is I just wrap some tape around right here. So that's probably what I'll end up having to do with this. It's not like it looks that horrible, it's just, you know. Pedal's still pretty good. And you guys heard this in the unboxing video. This thing sounds beautiful. Literally sounds brand new. I mean, the wind down's a little bit different, but, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe this motor isn't even broken in yet. This motor could be new for all I know. I don't really know. I love the color of this machine. Look at that, guys. Nice green color, which I don't have any, like, actually green vacuums in my collection. Like, this is actually green. My Victory is, like, olive blue. My Legacy, I mean, I guess that's green, but that's also kind of like a more of a bluish tint, I feel like. So first we're gonna clean this with the Mr. Clean, because it kind of got oily from all the Neverdol that we were using. You can actually see like the brown, but plus it was kind of grimy. You don't want to wax over the griminess. I did on the back of it, but that wasn't really that bad. It just needs to be protected. I know this thing was so quiet, I'm like, oh god, is this motor going bad? Is it like dead? Is it like on its way out? It's like way too quiet. And I put my hand on the end of the hose, and it's powerful. Like, this definitely has more than a lot of the other vacuums that I own for sure. I almost want to wash the hose because it's kind of got a smell, and I don't really want like all the dust that's in the hose to fly into the bin next time I use this, or at least run it, because then it's just gonna be dirty right away. So I might wash the hose, I don't know. Alright, so that's that. I'll show you guys. So yeah, so like I said, on camera it's not really the same color, but this thing is definitely looking better. See how much better the headlight looks when it's cleaned. Uh-oh, there's some overspray. But yeah, this thing looks pretty healthy now. I mean, it did. So yeah, I guess now all that's left to do is wash some of the parts, and yeah, and I'm gonna run it real quick without any of the filters in, so the motor can like exhaust any dust that's just kind of in there. It's super quiet too, so. All right. That's what these pistols are supposed to sound like. They actually are decent sounding machines, unlike the Eurekas that were being sold at this time. That had mostly motor failure from the factory. Which was sad, but yeah. So, washing stuff wise, when it comes to washing things, I wasn't gonna wash these, I was just gonna wipe these down. Well, okay. Luckily it's got the original crevice tool. I believe that's the original one. It's got like that light gray. I don't know. I'm not really a pistol expert. IntelliTech refuses to watch my videos. I don't know why. I don't know if he's just not a big fan of watching a kid work on something. I don't know. He's kind of sort of a kid, isn't he? Yeah, that's gross. I don't know what that is, but it's gross. It grossed me out. And the cord. I'm just gonna spray down Mr. Clean to kind of disinfect it. And then we'll wipe it off. I'm kind of happy about it coming with the attachments. That was kind of one of the reasons I bought this, actually. Ugh, it's not coming off either. Alright. Most of that brown stuff came off. That was gross. I don't know what that was. I think, well, you touched it with your fingers. That was after I sprayed the Mr. Clean on it, okay? Alright, that cleaned up real nice. And then we'll also go ahead and put the protectant on it. And you guys, I know I'm using the same rag for cleaning and protecting. It's no big deal. Okay? Just shush. Don't talk about it. Keep distracted by it. Alright. That looks pretty good. And it's protected. Obviously, this isn't grade A protectant, but it is better than nothing. This thing doesn't really have a bad smell to it. It just smells like a basement. Not really, but it's like a pet owner's basement, you know, with dog beds in it and cat litter boxes, just that type of basement. So I'm probably going to leave this guy maybe a 4.5 star rating or something. Maybe I won't even leave a star rating. I'll probably just type a review being like, so I wish you would have taken the handle off of it, maybe given me the screw that holds the handle on. Alright, not need that much. It's kind of a tiny little thing. These combo tools are not really that impressive, but it's still nice to just have something in the space that it goes. I need to find more of these, because I believe one of these will fit on my original cleanview, 3590, and then my power room does use one of these. So, but if I could find an original cleanview one for my cleanview, that would be the most ideal. All right, that looks good. Oh. And this one's been soaking in Mr. Clean. there you go. Doesn't look too dirty in there either. This cover stool's still got a nice tight fit in there, back when I used to like care about it staying in there a little bit with the little friction things, and those aren't even worn out yet, so really this thing's got low hours on it. Look, this literally looks brand new. Literally. Besides the few smudges that I just put on it, but oops. This just goes here. I like to have the brush facing this way so that it doesn't interfere with the bag door. Alright, now wipe this thing down real quick. Now this should work a little bit smoother now that there's no dirt underneath it. Put our 2 screws in, make sure you don't cross thread. Oh. That's a flathead. Oh, what am I doing there? Oh yeah, tighten that up. I noticed it was a little loose. Okay, maybe it wasn't. Maybe this is just kind of crappy. And you know your rags are cheap when they like leave fibers all over the thing you're cleaning. Hate that. Whatever. They're like 75 cents for 3. And I still reuse them, so reusing them was probably not what they thought you were going to be doing with them. So, alright, yeah, that works a lot smoother. So, that's nice. It definitely looks a lot better so far. Give you guys one more look before we start washing. So yeah, it pretty much looks brand new. No, it doesn't look brand new by any means, but it does look like it was maintained, because it did in the first place. It just needed a little bit of cleaning, for sure. But I'm definitely happy to have this. Yeah, see how much nicer that looks now? So yeah. Hopefully the rest of the stuff we're about to wash cleans up nice. The first thing I'm doing is that. And then we are gonna wash the foam piece just so for smell, because it smells. Talk about that. I'm not gonna wash the inner cylinder piece because it takes a long time to dry, and it does look like it's been washed recently, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just doing the foam piece because the foam piece isn't even that dirty either. It just smells like a basement, like a nasty basement, so. Yeah, that looks really clean. That actually looks new, and it might be. Alright. Oh wow, this is like is this even an original piece of foam? So this we can wash in the upstairs sink. Maybe I won't though. We'll just do the downstairs sink for all of it. we go. And I think I am gonna wash the hose actually, because I might as well if I'm gonna do all this stuff. Except for this I might actually just let sit by the fan and air out while I dry everything. Just kind of air it out. But yeah, that's about it for washing wise, and then the hose obviously, which I prefer over my original cleanview because you can just undo that and take it off. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really look that dirty. I don't know, maybe I'm not gonna wash it because these, I know I'm kind of like indecisive, but this has the same hose as my power room, and that one took a long time to dry, and even once it dry, it's got like a musty smell now, and I would rather have what it smells like right now than a musty smell. This up here is worn out, like it doesn't really clip in that tight anymore. That's alright though. So that's what we're washing, that's it. So yeah, plus the, I know you guys are probably gonna be like, no, Mason, you can't wash this. Well, I'm doing it. So yeah. So I'm gonna close the video real quick. Probably vacuum with the Easy Vac in here. Kind of clean up and yeah.